What's up, guys? I wanted to go into tonight's game, and I also wanted to go into what I believe to be a law now. Something's a theory until it's proven exponentially, and then I believe it's a law. For the last 3 weeks, I've been talking about the and about Deion Sanders, and as you can see, I wasn't kidding. When the Buffaloes got completely shellacked, I personally only did $14 on it, but I played the Colts to win, the Bills to win, the Lions to win, and the Cardinals to win, because these are all of Deion's teams, and they're all teams that, in my opinion, we're going to lose, because now that's 14 straight teams that followed Deion. Any team that he's lost or won, the teams that have followed him, that he's played on, have lost or won, whatever he's done. And we had a bunch of people in here that just did well. So everyone that's part of this whole movement, like I said, you guys are awesome, and it was good to see everybody win for a change. Everybody was riding the Deion Sanders. I call it the fade prime parlay, just because I don't think it could be a coincidence at this point. We've had 2 weeks in a row where all of his teams win after he plays. This week I had brought up the Niners played before him, which I found was interesting. Then he got pummeled. And then I just loved these 4 teams to win. And they won in the most ridiculous ways. Let's get into how they won. So, the Cardinals won. Their breakaway touchdown was to a guy named Hollywood Brown. By the way, he scored on number 21. There were 21 points at the time when he did it. And his number is number 2, and Deion's son is number 2. The coach of Oregon was literally saying, this isn't Hollywood, this isn't Hollywood. So I find it all to be very coincidental. Again, for the people that say it's not scripted, I don't think I could have accidentally predicted this 67-something to 1 parlay. And then they just happened to be talking about Hollywood in both games. And all of the games were just ridiculous. Our kicker kicked a slider in the Colts game. It was a ridiculous. Tucker missed a couple. Just bad decisions made, and we got that one. I'll take it all day. And we didn't have a perfect day, but with anyone that tailed the parlay did, obviously. But as far as even our picks, we did very well, because we missed some. We only missed, and I'm going to go into our recap in a second. But yeah, at this point, next week, I'm not it might not happen again. They do things in threes. They talk about, and the odds of it, it would be pretty insane. And I do think they did it on purpose. I don't think it's going to. It can happen more. Even the first time I thought was pretty crazy. But he's definitely losing next week. So our question is, are the Cowboys going to lose again and all that? But we can get into that next week. Like I said, we had a good week. Got the Chiefs. We hit all of our 4 o'clock games, which was cool. Assuming the Seahawks hold. They should. They were only given 4.5. I didn't think they'd have Bryce come out and look bad. Or, this guy look good and make, by default, Bryce look bad. Again, I only took the Colts. You could say the same logic applies there to Richardson. I only took him because of the time parlay. So, yeah, you can let me know what you think. I think it's pretty insane. If you do think it's a coincidence, again, remember the man who scored was Hollywood. And I just find it way too crazy to be a coincidence at this point. So, for tonight's game, I like the Raiders. I like the cover, just because I don't want to get juiced. And I do think they'll cover the Steelers in this game. No crazy props. It could be. I could see Adams having a good game. I could see Jimmy G having a good game, but I just don't do great with props. As you see how good I did with Henry. I think he finished with negative yards. So I think, I think just playing the game is good. I like the Raiders. I've been going over why I like them to make the playoffs. I think, again, it's in Vegas. At least keep it interesting. And to me, Jimmy G, he was Tom Brady's prodigy. They were calling him Jimmy Hollywood, if you remember. So Hollywood on the mind. I certainly don't mind playing Jimmy G to win this game. So I want to go into what's going to be basically our recap, just because, like I said, I have quite a couple games that we had to go over. Seahawks Panthers, that should be a win, which would be a unit. We did have a 3-leg loss. The Vikings did not cover the Chargers, so that's 7 units lost. Again, I closed it there for the exact reason we just saw. In one game, we got 5 of those 7 units back. The Colts won. I almost played that one as a money line because they, again, based off my parlay logic, they were going to win. I just thought it was safer to play the cover. Broncos is pretty funny. I think we have an idea of what they're doing with the Dolphins now, though. And for me, I'd rather play the money line because they wouldn't have covered anyway. So that's kind of what my logic was at. I felt like I didn't think they were going to get pounded like that, but I didn't think they were going to cover and lose. It did cross my mind, actually, now I think about it. I thought it made sense for the Dolphins to win no cover. But then the more I thought about it, I had a feeling the Broncos would either win or Tua would look really good. Jags, Texans, we didn't get that one. Again, a lot of leg ones we didn't get, which is good. We got the Chiefs covering the Bears as a leg 2. Packers covering Saints as a leg 2. Or they beat them, actually. The cover was actually Packers were getting a point, but so either one you're good with there. Patriots got the cover, which was nice. And we got the Lions, Falcons. So we did really good on our leg 2 threes. We did a really good job, and the Vikings really being the only disappointment. But anybody that tailed the Cardinals, and like I said, if anyone tailed the parlay, I know most people on the Discord did. Most people on the Buy Me a Coffee did, because they're basically connected, and I'm always posting my plays in there. And a lot of people tailed it, which I'm happy, because it was a crazy pick to tail. I understand that. So it's cool that we saw a few people tailing it. And like I said, I think the Raiders are going to definitely win. So I like them as a leg 2. Whenever I type and talk, it cuts me off. So let me just... Alright. So that's going to be our play for tonight. I like it as a leg 2. Most of our leg 3s we closed, which is good. We don't want too many leg 3 opens. We have a couple leg 1s that lost we want to close. But as you can see, we're doing a great job profiting. I'll do an official calculation tonight. Obviously, I'm not going to count the primetime parlay because I understand that wasn't an official play. I just suggested it multiple times and posted it in the Discord, stuff of that nature. So, yeah, I think we had a really good day. Even without that, we had a winning day, which is good. And the 5-1 is really nice, too. So I think the Raiders have a good night tonight. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.